And that's your first step of realization that you're starting to get, you have taken the very first step. The day you have acknowledged that he's not far away, he's closer to you. Kahere ban khojan jai. Why do you go and search in the forest? This is what the yogis used to do. Okay? A lot of people still do that. They just give up their family life, they want to go away, they sit in some dark room in the basements, they dig it up, or they go to the forest or up into the mountains. And Guruji said, Kahere ban khojan jai. Why do you wander around going into the forest? Sarvanivasi, Sada Alepa, Tohe Sang Samay. Sarvanivasi, he's everywhere. Sada Alepa, but he's not attached to it. He's there. He's not affected by that attachment. Sarvanivasi, Sada Alepa. He's without that attachment. He's not attached to your body. He's not concerned the moment he leaves that this body is going to turn into dust. Tohe Sang Samay. He's right there with you. So there is no need to look for him somewhere out there. It's right in here. And why we can't see him? We talked about this one before. We have that veil, the curtain between us and God. And what is that veil is made of? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. Those evils that we have inside us. They're stealing away our spirituality. Okay? Our love for God. Kathana Kathi Naya Vatot. Millions have described millions of times in millions of ways, and yet we fail to completely describe him, and we will never be able to do that. Okay? We have tried millions of times, millions of us have done this in millions of ways, and there still continue to be millions of us trying to do that. But we can't. We will never be able to. Human brain is incapable of comprehending God. So what is? It is a feeling. Okay? Not up here, it's in your heart. It's a feeling. Once you reach that state of mind, then the essence of God will be very clear. Denda de lende thakpan. He's continuously giving. There's going to be this concept coming into the next party. Akhem mangain de. We say that we get tired. Our bodies get tired. Denda de lende thakpan. We get tired continuously receiving his gifts. Yet we continue to ask for more. We get tired. And what happens when you get tired? You try to get more, you try to do more, you can't. That's the end of the line. Okay? We need to put a barrier against our wants. And that's the only way we can find our way. Otherwise we'll continuously keep on walking in one direction, needing and wanting things. Denda de, lende takapan, juga jugantar kahi kan. We continuously keep on taking his things, his gifts, and without even bothering to thank him, we continuously use him, consuming those. Okay? Continuously using them, consuming them. And that was this line went meant. Generous to him. He's generous. He doesn't discriminate. And there was a question on the radio here the other day. Satguru Sabananda Padamanai. And somehow there was impression that was the person doing the analysis was trying to create that somehow the robbers, the murderers, they don't deserve that compassion from God. If that was the case, like we talked about before, shouldn't they immediately die once they commit that crime. The problem is we consider Satguru some sort of a body. Satguru Sachidagyan is the knowledge, is the truth. And the knowledge never discriminates against anybody. Satguru Savanana Palamanai. Even if a murderer was to walk in to Gurdwara and seek that knowledge, that person can turn into a Gursikh. There are examples in Sikh history. We talk about Kodar Rakshas. He was eating humans, cannibalism, Sajjanataga. All those cheaters. Bhai Bidhichand, he was a thief. But when they came in contact with the Satguru, they were reformed. They became Gursikhs. So how can we say that Satguru Sarana Palani Mona? I try to get that individual corrected on the radio, but they're very adamant. Nobody wants to be proven wrong. It wasn't the essence. It was just basically he was creating an impression that somehow those individuals that fall prey to their own thinking don't deserve compassion. You will see that in the next party, Pakya Paopa, the language of unlimited love. So regardless of what the others do, our essence, our nature should be to be compassionate. Okay? Hukmi hukum chalai ra, not raho, ra. There's an ankar on the bottom, right here. That means there's only one. Every time there's an ankar at the end, you'll have to learn the grammar rules. That means it's a singular word, ra. Nanak Vigasa Ve Parva. Again, there's only one. Jada Ve Parva hunda. Ve Parva means worry free. Hukmi, the commander. Hukum, and that's his command. Jalai Ra. Hukmi kaun hai? Who's the Hukmi? Paramatma, the Lord himself. Hukum kiya, his own constitution. Jalai, to make everybody walk into that. You can't go and do things that he never intended to create. Can we create the sixth element? Gurbani says our body is made out of 5 elements. Nobody's ever been able to create anything other than that. We talk about scientists creating new things. Then what are the scientists using? They're using the existing elements, the atoms, the molecules, out of his creation. All they do is just manipulate them to come up with new ideas. We didn't create electricity. That's why the word is invention. We invented it. We figured out how to use his nature to make things that are beneficial to us and even make things that are destructive. Nuclear energy, atoms, wonderful thing. Atomic bombs, same concept, but worse than humans created. Just think about it. All we've done is we just learned how to harness the power that he put into those things. He gave us the knowledge, but we misuse it. Okay? Ra. Only one way. Kanyotiki, Valmiki. It's very fine. There's no wavering on that path when you walk on Sikhism. You can't say, well, I can lie today, but maybe tomorrow I'll be a good person. I got up in the morning, I did my namsar, and now I can go during the daytime, I can cheat and do everything I wanted, because now I praise the Lord in the morning and I made him happy. It doesn't work that way. It's a 24/7 responsibility throughout your life. That's why Kanyon Diki. What is Kanyon? It's like a double-edged sword. Double-edged sword. Why do you think it's called double-edged? Kanyon teki. Karpano teki ni. We have to